What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well today. Here we found ourselves in need of a regain. I was in a match just doing some camo work, and some people started talking in the lobby chat about doing the Red Worm. And it was actually a pretty large group. And at the end there, I decided to join in. But I did come in solo, so it was just me and then everybody else. And things were going relatively well, but it was taking a little bit of time, so we were cutting it close. And I unfortunately got downed after I'd used my last self revive, and they killed the worm with only about 20 seconds left, and nobody saw me, so I didn't get revived. Now, in that case, I'm upset that it happened. I'm sad, mad at myself, but not at the group. With a short amount of time, and they weren't looking around for anybody, so just an unfortunate circumstance. But needless to say, we just jump right back in, and we're going to come in here for a quick regain. Now, I've done videos before about my method for doing regains. Pretty self-explanatory and pretty easy, pretty standard what everybody else does. But we broke out the old the Bass B again, old reliable, even though I said I wasn't going to use it all that often. This is a special circumstance. As you can see, I've got the small bag, but I brought in a legendary tool and a Pack 2 crystal. So that way it just helps to make sure we get back on track, get our gear back. So the first thing I'm looking for, obviously, is a mercenary camp, or if a convoy was close, to snag myself a card so I could do a stronghold. So we did this mercenary camp, easy peasy. Good thing about doing the mercenary camp instead of the convoy is you're pretty much guaranteed to get that 2-plate vest, which will help. So we got ourselves a 2-plate vest. We'll look around. And also with killing mercenaries, it's also a good way to stock up on some plates. But when we were doing the stronghold, we came across this, which is helpful. That's something I don't have to buy. And after completing the stronghold, we did get our 3-plate vest. So we are doing pretty well here so far. We've got 2 out of the 5 things we're missing. So we're going to do a quick contract here and, heft up a little bit. Pretty easy. So we got ourselves a big bounty, and there is our self-revive. So we are missing a large rucksack and a kill streak. So we went around, did some contracts, found some money lying around, and because it was legacy in this match, I had access to the cranes here nice and easy. So I was able to head up, and we're going to go into tier 3 now that we've got 10,000 essence, and we're going to look at buying ourselves a large rucksack. Kind of I don't know how I feel about the cranes not being accessible when Dokube's the warlord for the map, but whatever. So we'll take a look here, and we'll find out where the buy station in 3 is. Looks like it's there. That turret circuit might help. It's off to the right, but let's see if we can just get in there real quick and do what we need to. We had a mega down there at the bottom, but we're not going to mess with him today. We got a nice, safe, easy glide. Not too far away either, so that worked out well. Let's see. Try to avoid. So we'll head this way. We're not going to use that turret circuit. Disciple might be an issue, but you know what? I think I can do it. So we'll chuck a decoy, get in here, get our larger rucksack, and we're on our way back out. Didn't have a vehicle for this run since we parachuted in, but that'll be alright. Another disciple, great. We're going to have to turn and engage these dogs. And also you'll notice on the screen, since I got that fire, the zombies chasing me just entered into it. So I do have a step on them I'm not gonna really worry too much about these guys. We're just gonna head on out. I definitely want to avoid the mega that may be spawned back behind me in that courtyard. And another dog. That's great. So we switch off to our bare hand since we only came in with the one gun, get that extra little speed, and we're going to head up here. And another player up there. So I know I've got a big group behind me, so I'm going to hop up here and engage them. And this actually was somewhat of a mistake because I can take these guys on pretty well, but I notice I start taking some hits, and they can come up the ladder behind me. And yeah, we almost got caught there. But luckily, we did make it out, and the rest of the way wasn't too eventful. So we just head on out of Tier 3, and we're going to head back into Tier 1, see if we can get ourselves enough money just to get any kind of kill streak. I prefer precision, if I can. But nothing too extravagant here. They're not going to help. And we do take out this harvester orb for a little bit extra money, and we do some looting. Come over here to the buy station. Sell what we got, and we're going to pick up our kill streak. So there we go. Regain is complete. We're back in action. Now I do have an extra 1,000, and the gas is moving, and I noticed that I was right here by this mystery box. So once you hit level 300, that new prestige, there is a challenge to get 10 legendary items from a mystery box. And if the gas is moving, it's as far as I've seen, it's always a legendary item that comes out of those mystery boxes once the gas starts going. So with the extra money and some time to kill, I figured, you know what, we'll knock a check off there in that box and get started on doing that. And this was a GS Magnus, so haven't used this gun since Modern Warfare 2. It's pretty good though. And we're just playing and getting ready to head home. That's some terrible shooting there on my part. I'll go ahead and admit that. We'll make up for it there, though. Lady? Then I noticed the calls for help here on the side. It's awful late in the game for that, but let me get this cleared. We'll take a look at what we've got. Alright, so let's take a look at the map. C4's got some friends. D2's at Legacy. No one's coming for him. Do we exfil or do we go get him, guys? We go get him.
Because that's what heroes do.
So let's see. I don't have a vehicle, but I did notice that there was a redeploy here not too far away, but I'm going to have to cross the gas in order to get to him. So we're going to give this a good old college try. Coming off of a need to do a regain, you know, I felt the sting of getting downed and not being able to get picked up by anybody. And if I can, and even sometimes when I shouldn't, I'll make the effort to save somebody if I can get to them. Let's see here. We are in the combat zone now, the gas zone. And luckily, we found ourselves a nice little quad. Not the best vehicle, but it's definitely speedy. I just got to make sure I don't hit anybody, because that would be bad. So we'll come up here. And luckily, we find ourselves an LTV. That's much better. So we'll take that. I guess I'll hit my quad there. Could have parked it better. And we're off. Now I'm hoping that I can get to this guy. We can get him, and we can get out of the gas and head to that exfil that's over in the seaport area. And we're cruising right along till we do this and hit one of those invisible barriers. Those are fun. Activision. Hello. But we do make it out of the gas still with enough mass to survive. So let's head on up, and there we do. We finally picked him up. So we know on radar where he's at. And that gas is right on us too. So we got to do this quick. So my original plan here is to pull up to the side here. Went a little too far, so we backed up. Hopefully the vehicles stay there, and the helicopter's active. So this guy was starting, I guess, a late start on Legacy, and now let me evade a little, get away from those guys. I think that chopper's going to be moving in. Yep, okay, great. I'll turn and twist. Right, we're going to need some speed to get up here. Oh, right out in the open, too. Alright, we'll play it up and let's get him. It's time to go, buddy. So, best plans. That truck rolled right into the one tree. So, awesome for that. And she's stuck, so we're going on foot if we're going, buddy. I don't think that should have hit me, but okay. Now, luckily, we were outfitted here a little strong. This was just for the purpose of the regain, but it's going to help here because even though we are running through Tier 2 and we're strong enough for it, it's still a stick and move kind of situation with that gas coming up behind us so heavily. So me and new friend are just going to start plowing the road and see if we can make it to that expo before time runs out. We got pursuers going through that fire. Alright, so we move down into the tier zone. He's got some shooting behind. I get to shoot in the front. And normally I don't take those nukes. I'm looking more for getting kills and doing weapons camos, and I need the kills. But in this situation, that was actually really good. And definitely not going to complain. And as we come up here to this expo, it looks like there's another team, or at least somebody's still there, and they've called it in for us, which is good. And here we are. So now all we got to do is survive long enough to get on the bird.
Really?
And there you have it. Everyone's on board, and we are RTB. You know, I've done some crazy rescue missions. I've saved some groups that were in Tier 3, gone into some pretty heavy situations. This one was actually pretty fun. There's a little clenching there, but especially just coming off of a elimination and having to do a regain in this very match, I could definitely sympathize with the guy there. It's no fun. But yeah, if you can, or if I can get to you, I'm going to try my best. So guys, I'm going to end it here. If you enjoy the content, please give me a like and subscribe. If you want to leave a comment, by all means, do so. And as always, I will see you out there. Take care, guys, and watch out for each other.